YouTube family, what's good with you? It's your boy 2A in LA, and as always, fam, anything I say in this episode, prior episodes, and future episodes is just my personal opinion. Don't take it as fact. Don't take it as law. Always do your own homework and come up with your own conclusions. Right about now, fam, I should go ahead and tap that like button for your boy. If you're new to the channel, I want to say welcome. Come on in. You can join the congregation by smashing that subscribe button and requesting all post notifications. And if you are an existing supporter of this channel, I appreciate you more than you can possibly imagine. You are the reason this channel is anything. Okay, fam, let's get this episode rolling. So look, I thought this is probably going to surprise a lot of people that I'm doing this video. This is not clickbait. It's not anything like that. But I hear a lot of people make arguments as to why you should not buy a 2011. And a lot of times I question the motives for people saying the things that they say. So we're going to touch on some of that in this video, but I'm here to give you the 5 reasons you should not buy a 2011. And I think there are not many people who are more qualified than me to speak on it, seeing as that I have over 30 2011s in my collection. So if anybody should be able to be unbiased and tell you why you shouldn't have a 2011, I think it should be me. All right? So let's get into this. All right, reason number 5 why you should not buy a 2011. Because you don't need one. They are luxuries, not a necessity. I do think having a firearm to protect you and to protect your family, I would consider that a necessity, but you don't have to spend 2011 money to be able to do that. Just like having a car is a necessity, but that doesn't mean you need to go out and buy a Rolls Royce or a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. No, in most cases, those cars are far less practical and in many instances far less useful than a pickup truck or an SUV or a compact car or an electric car. So you don't need to have a 2011. It is not a necessity. And if somebody is out there telling you you do need one, you have to have this gun, you poo-poo on them. All right, the number 4 reason you should not buy a 2011. There is a law of diminishing returns. You know, 2011s, entry-level 2011s, and I did a 2011 tiers, and the lowest category was I have a 2011 too, and I call those guns, I kind of 2011s in name only. They've got the structure of a 2011, but lack all the things that people really want a 2011 for: the incredible trigger, the fine tuning, the fit and finish, the quality machining, the quality parts, right? They're more production guns. And so I'm not talking about those, but kind of like what I would call entry-level 2011s, your Bull Armories of the world, your Staccato C's and P's and C2s of the world, your Jacob Grays of the world, kind of that $2,000 to $3,000 entry point, right? All the way up to the Infinities of the world, the Atlases of the world, and other custom 2011 manufacturers whose guns can be as much as $10,000, $11,000, right? If you buy a gun that costs 10 times the amount of a Glock, it is not going to make you shoot 10 times better. And so if you buy a $10,000 gun thinking it is going to now make you JJ Rakaza or Taryn Butler or somebody like that. No, you're mistaken. It's not. It's not. And in fact, I would argue that when you get to a certain point, when you go from like I think there's a pretty significant difference between like an entry-level staccato P and a mid-tier 2011, say like a staccato XC. There's a significant difference in the way those guns shoot and feel. But once you go from the kind of like that mid-tier to the $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 guns, I'm not saying that there's no difference. There's a discernible difference, but the difference is not as nearly drastic as it is when you go from, say, a Glock to a mid-tier 2011, or even an entry-level 2011 to a mid-tier 2011. So there is a law of diminishing returns. The amount you gain in fit and finish performance and everything does not necessarily translate dollar for dollar. All right, the third reason you should not buy a 2011. Look, these guns have a tendency to require more maintenance. They're more expensive to repair because parts cost more. Also, to find a gunsmith to be able to work on these guns is more challenging. A lot of this stuff you may or probably won't be able to do yourself. There's more, like every 1,000 rounds you got to break them down, keep them clean. Unlike a Glock, which has loose tolerances, and you can shoot those things for thousands and thousands of rounds without having to do that. 2011s are not like that. They are more high maintenance, just like a Ferrari is a lot more high maintenance than an F-150. It's just the nature of the beast. So if you're not up for that, you probably don't want to buy a 2011. All right, the number 2 reason you should not buy a 2011, and this is as real as I can bring it to you. If you get a really high quality 2011 pistol, I'm not talking about a 2011 in name only. I'm talking about a really, really good 2011, like a mid-tier 2011 pistol that is custom fit and has great componentry and a phenomenal trigger. You are not going to want to shoot any of your other pistols after that. You are not going to want, fam, trust me when I tell you, I had a very large collection of very, very good striker fire and hammer fire pistols. Probably well over 30 or 40 of those types of guns. And when I fell into the 2011 pothole, no matter how attractive I thought those other guns were, no matter how accurate I thought they were, no matter how good I thought they were, no matter how aesthetically pleasing, and no matter how proud I was of the effort and energy I took to build those guns up to be everything that they could be, I never wanted to shoot them. I just never wanted to shoot them. Like, there was such a drop-off in the shooting experience for me that those guns were just sitting in my safe, in my gun room, collecting dust. And you'll notice in my 2025 gun collection that I put out in January, a lot of those older guns are no longer there for that reason. Don't do it to yourself. If you haven't experienced shooting a very highly manufactured, custom to semi-custom 2011 gun, what do they say? You don't miss what you've never experienced, right? But once you get that feel, once you feel what that trigger pull feels like and how feathery smooth it racks and all, you experience, you're not going to want to go back. All your other pistols in your collection are going to be rendered persona non grata. So don't get a 2011 if you don't want to not want to shoot all of your existing pistols. All right, and the number 1 reason you should not buy a 2011, because of the haters, fam. Haters are going to do what haters do. They are going to hate. You are going to have all these people tell you, oh, you don't shoot good enough to have that gun. Or that gun doesn't shoot any better than my Glock 17. or on and on, fam. The haters are going to come out of the woodwork. Now, if you're somebody like me, you can care less about the haters. I love it when the haters hate. It lets me know I'm winning. But not everybody has that kind of attitude. So if you don't want haters to come out, and most of the time it's out of jealousy because they don't have one for whatever reason, then yeah, fam, don't get a 2011 if you don't want to have to deal with the haters. All right, fam, just as an add-on, those are the top 5 reasons you should not buy a 2011. Just as an add-on, though, I should talk about some of the reasons I hear other people out there saying you shouldn't buy a 2011 that I don't think carries much weight. Usually when I hear people say this, they don't own a 2011 or they own a entry-level 2011. They haven't experienced. They don't own a high-end 2011. I have them all. Right? I got everything from entry-level 2011s to very, very expensive 2011s and everything in between. So when I hear people say this, I don't think their argument is very thoughtful. So I hear people say, why would you pay $4,000 or $5,000 for a gun? Buy you a Glock 17 and spend the money on ammo and training. Okay. This is just silly to me. This is just silly to me. On the surface, they sound like they're saying something. But in reality, they're really not. They're really not. Because in reality, the person who's buying the $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 custom 2011, they already got a Glock 17. And if you can afford a $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 gun, you can afford all the ammo you want, and you can afford all the training you want. So one is not predicated by the other. That's just stupid. That's just stupid to me. People assume if I do A, I can't do B. No, do both. Do both. So that's silly. So I just had to add that one in there as an excuse that a lot of people put out that doesn't hold a lot of water to me. All right? Look, fam, that's it for this episode. Until next time, as always, take care of one another and peace.